All right, so let's start by sitting up big. We're going to start with our marches, stomping those feet out, really waking up our feet, getting ready to move big. And let's bring it in and out, in and out. One more time, in and out. And let's sit up tall. We're rolling our shoulders back, waking up our shoulders. Don't forget our smiles, like we're having fun. We're going to work on our smile muscles today. All right, let's get going. We're going to do a big push out with big hands. Reach it down and pull it up. Wake up your fingers, wiggle your fingers around and bring it out. And let's flick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Big finish. Hopefully you're counting loud at home. Big push. Reach it down. Pull it up. Again, wake up your fingers. Let's do thumb to each of your fingers. And let's bring it out and flick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Big finish. Big push. Reach it down. Pull it up. Let's wake up our wrists. Up and down. Up and down. Make sure you're sitting up tall. And bring it out. And flick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Big finish. One more to go. Big push. Reach it down. Pull it up. Again, wake up your wrist. Up and down. Up and down. And bring it out. And flick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Big finish. Big reach with our hand. Check in with your hand. Make sure your fingers are as big as you can make them. And we're going to swoop. Really open up through that hip. Palm up to the ceiling. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stomp it in. Big finish. Other side. Big reach. Big hand. Swoop it. Open up that hip. Really sit tall. Palm up. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stomp it in. Big finish. Big reach. Big hand. Swoop and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stomp it in. Big finish. Big reach. Big hand. Swoop and stretch. Really try to be as long as you can. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stomp it in. Big finish. One more on each side. Big reach. Big hand. Swoop and stretch. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stomp it in. Big finish. One more to go. Big reach. Big hand. Swoop and stretch. Really open up and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stomp it in. Big finish. Let's get standing up. We're going to do our forward step. So you can either do 10 on the right, 10 on the left, or alternate. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, standing up tall. Now we're going to the side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, now we're going backwards. So push those arms out, big hands, step it back. Make sure nothing's behind you. Lift that toe up, bring it back in. Okay, let's go. 1, stomp it back in. 2, and in. 3, and in. 4, and in. 5, and in. 6, and in. 7, in. 8, in. 9, in. 10, in. All right, let's switch sides. Push those arms out, big hands. Let's go. 1, and in. 2, and in. 3, in. 4, and in. 5, in. 6, and in. 7, in. 8, keep those arms strong. 9, in. 10, and in. All right, get your feet staggered. Let's weight shift forward and back. Really moving through our feet, standing tall, big weight shift. Then when you feel ready, let's add in some arms with a big hand. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, let's switch sides. So going back to rocking, rock it forward and back, rolling through our feet, standing tall as we're doing it. And let's add in those arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bring it back to center. Next, we're going to do our twist. So make sure you have a target behind you. I'm your target in front. Reach those arms up, palms up to the ceiling. Let's go. 1, big finish, big reach. 2, big finish, big reach. 3, big finish, big reach. 4, big finish, big reach. 5, big finish, big reach. 6, big finish, big reach. 7, big finish, big reach. 8, big finish, big reach. 9, big finish, big reach. 10, big finish, big reach. 11, big finish, big reach. 12, big finish, big reach. 13, big finish, big reach. Make sure you're finishing each of your turns. All right, let's check in with our posture. We're going the other way. So reach those arms out, palms up. Let's go. 1, back to me. Big finish, big reach. 2, big finish, big reach. 3, big finish, big reach. 4, big finish, big reach. 5, big finish, big reach. 6, big finish, big reach. 7, big finish, big reach. 8, big finish, big reach. 9, big finish, big reach. 10, big finish, big reach. 11, big finish, big reach. 12, big finish, big reach. 13, big finish, big reach. 14, big finish, big reach. 15, big finish. Let's grab our chair. And now my favorite, stand-ups and sit-downs. So just like every class, I'm doing odds, you all are doing evens. We're working our way to 100. Whole point of this is that we're doing lots of stand-ups and sit-downs because they're great. We're also moving quicker than you probably would be getting up out of a chair. All right, who's ready to go? Give me a woo! All right, let's do it. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 35, 37, 39, 41, 43, 45, 47, 49, 51, 53, 55, 57, 59, 61, 63, 65, 67, 69, 71, 73, 75, 77, 79, 81, 83, 85, 87, 89, 91, 93, 95, 97, 99. Woo! Okay, grab a sip of water and let's talk stations. Okay, so I'm first going to go through stations if you're not getting down onto the floor. Okay, so the first one will be working on doing some trunk rotation with your breath. On the floor, we're going to be dropping our knees side to side, but in standing, it'll look like this. And then on the floor, we're going to do bridging. And standing, you're going to do squats, really focusing on squeezing your tush, getting some nice hip extension. Side planks, and standing, you can do it with your chair, or you can do it with the wall. And then we're going to come here, and you're going to work on hip extension. And then coming into a down dog, coming back here and working on opposite arm and knee. And then coming back into a side plank. And then the last will be a forward fold to stretch your hamstrings. So that's if you're standing. I will talk you through that as we go. If you're coming down onto the floor, let's all head on down. So the first station with us being down on the floor is going to be arms out to the side and dropping your knees side to side, turning your head the opposite way. And we're going to try to do this matching our breath. So breathe in, your knees come back to center, you're going to breathe out. Knees drop. All right, so we're going to do a round of that. We're going to do bridges. We're going to come onto our side and do side plank. Okay, today this is a new one. We're going to get onto our stomach and we're going to work on hip extension. Okay, From here, we're going to come into down dog, stretch out our hamstrings, walk it out to plank, drop it down, and then we're going to try doing some Supermans. And then we'll do all of this twice, go into side plank, and then we're going to do all of our stations again. But I'll talk you through all of this. Just wanted to show you what we were doing before we got going so you could see me. All right, so arms are out to the side. And you're going to breathe out, drop your knees. Breathe in, knees come in. Breathe out, and you're dropping your knees. Breathe in, knees come in. We're getting some nice rotation through our chest, through our hips, through our back. So getting ready for all the hip work we're going to do today. Good. Let's do one more to each side. And then come back to center. Get your feet in position. Your arms can stay out to the side. They come to your belly, or you can reach it up. We're going to do 15 bridges. If you're standing, you're doing squats. So we're going to lift up for 2 and then down for 2. Up for 2, down for 2. Up for 2, down for 2. Up for 2, down for 2. Up for 2. Really squeezing your tush. Down for 2. Up for 2. 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 Down for 2. 5 more to go. Up for 2. Down for 2. Up for 2. Down for 2. Up for 2. Down for 2. 2 more. Up for 2. Really lifting those hips up. Down for 2. Give me 1 more. Up for 2. And down for 2. And from here, let's do a big roll onto our side. So as you're rolling, make that a big reach with our arm, big hand. We're coming onto our side. Those look like some beautiful rolls I'm seeing. Okay, get your elbow underneath your shoulder. And we're going to work on coming up into side plank. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. If you are standing, you can use the wall or your chair to really work on engaging our core, engaging our glutes. So one part I love about getting down onto the floor, besides the whole process of getting down onto the floor, is that it's a great way for us to really target our core and target our hips. And relax down. So we'll do 15 seconds off. We're going to go back up for 30 seconds because it was so much fun the first time. And lift back up, squeezing, engaging our glutes, keeping our core engaged. Think our spine is staying in a neutral position. Give me 15 more seconds. and relax it down. We're going to continue our roll. So big reach with our arm as we roll onto our stomach. If you are in standing, you can use your chair or the wall because we're going to do hip extension. You can rest down on your hands, or if you need a pillow to rest your head, whatever feels comfortable. And we're going to do 10 one-legged lifts, and then we're going to do 10 two-legged lifts. Here. All right, let's get started now. So lift, lift. Okay, so I just got through my single lifts. Now we're moving to double. So really engaging your tush here. So you're lifting up, squeeze, and then relax down. It's like you have a penny between your cheeks. You're lifting, squeeze, and back down. Lift, 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 and back down. Let's do 2 more. Lift, and back down. Lift, and back down. Okay, we're going to come into down dog. So you're going to tuck your toes, going to lift up. This is a great way for us to stretch our hamstrings. If you have blood pressure issues or this just doesn't feel comfortable, you can always go into child's pose. If you are in standing, you can get into the same position using your chair. The primary goal here is to really get a good hamstring stretch. Getting a nice stretch with your shoulders. So think when we're on our stomach, we get to stretch the front part of our body. This is a great way to stretch the back part of our legs. And we're going to spend 30 more seconds here. If this feels comfortable, you can just bend your knee and straighten. This is a nice way to get a little extra stretch into your calf muscles. Also engages your hips a little bit. But if it feels comfortable just to be in this static hold, go for it. 15 more seconds. Okay, and then we're going to come into a forward plank position. Couple different ways you can do this. You can be here, like in a push-up, or you can be here, knees dropped. Make sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders and that your spine is staying as neutral as possible. If you're standing, you can be holding the wall or using the chair for this plank. Ten more seconds. And we're going to drop it down. And we're back on our tummies. And from here, we're going to do Superman. So what this is going to look like is reaching your arms up and then squeezing your tush and lifting your legs up. So really working on getting into extension. If this feels uncomfortable, you could just do legs, you could just do arms, or you could go back to just one leg at a time. We're going to do 15 of these, starting now. So lift and back down. Lift, back down. Lift, and back down. Lift, back down. Lift, and back down. Lift, and 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 down. 5 more to go. Lift, and down. 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 So you're still on your tummy. We're going to bend our knees up, and we're going to just drop them side to side, doing windshields. If you're standing, what you can do is hip circles. So just like if you had a hula hoop around your middle, working on moving your hips in that big circle, that also gets at moving and stretching your hip rotators. All right, let's bring our legs back down. We're gonna go just do just legs. So we're gonna lift one leg and then the other. My goal for this is that we're maybe lifting a little bit higher, trying to make these movements as big as you can, squeezing your tush as much as you can. So let's go. So lift and lift, that's 1. That's 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. Staying here, let's do 2 legs together. If that feels uncomfortable, continue with just 1 leg at a time. We're going to do 10 of them. So lift and back down. That's 1. Lift and down. That's 2. Keep going. If you're finding your hamstrings are cramping, don't go up as high. I want you to squeeze your tush before you do your lift up. Think as you're doing this, your knees are staying straight. So that way we're really getting at your glutes. Give me 3 more. One more. Great job. So let's push it. So you're going to tuck your toes, lift up, coming into down dog. Really working on getting a nice stretch in the back part of your legs. If you are doing this in standing, you can do this with your chair. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can always just come into child's pose. Give me 10 more seconds here, and then we're going to shift into plank. Okay, let's bring it out into plank. You can be here in a push-up position. You can drop your knees down. Whatever feels like you're able to keep your spine in a neutral place. If you are doing this in standing, you can use your chair or you can use the wall. As you're here, Really feeling like your belly button is pulled into your spine. Your arms are engaged, your core is engaged, your hips are engaged. Okay, and let's float it down. And we're going to do 15 Supermans from here. If you're doing this in standing, you can do opposite arm and leg reaching. Okay, so let's go. So lift up and back down. That's 1. Lift. 2. Lift, really reaching your legs and your arms. That's 3. Lift. That's 4. Lift. That's 5. Lift. That's 6. Lift. That's 7. Lift. That's 8. Lift. That's 9. Lift. That's 10. Lift. That's 11. Lift. That's 12. Lift. That's 13. Lift. That's 14. Give me one more. Lift. That's 15. Okay. We're going to roll onto our side to do a side plank. I'm flipping around just so I can continue facing you. But we're going to get onto our side that we haven't already done the side plank on. So this is wonderful because we're working on rolling to get into our position, working our core, our hips. So once you're there, we're going to lift up, really engaging your core. You should feel your side really working. Your glutes are kicking in. We're doing a 30-second hold. We're going to do that twice. And drop it down. We're going to do a 15-second rest, and then we'll be back up. And we're headed up now. So really trying to keep our spine in a neutral position, keeping your hips lifted, your core engaged. Give me 15 more seconds. And drop it down. We're going to roll onto our back. And we're going to do our trunk rotation again. So arms are going to be out to the side. As you breathe out, your arms drop down. Breathe in. Your knees come up. If you're doing this in standing, you're working on opening up through your chest and standing. Let's do 2 more. Okay, from here, get your feet and knees in position. We're going to do another round of bridging. We're going to do 15 bridges. If you're standing, you're doing your squats. Arms can be up. They can be out to the side, whatever feels comfortable for you. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, really big, doing a big lift, 7, squeezing your tush, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, we're going to do one more round on our belly. So we're doing our big, we're skipping our side planks. We're just coming onto our belly. If you're in standing, you're using a wall or your chair. We're going to do one round of our leg lifts and then one round of Supermans. So from here, we're just doing one leg lift, really focusing on squeezing our tush. I'm hoping you're finding that this is easier to get that big lift. You may find you have a little bit more flexibility in the front part of your hip. Good, let's do 2 more. And from here, getting our arms reaching out, we're going to do 10 Superman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's bring it into down dog. Again, getting a nice stretch through our calf muscles, our hip muscles, our hamstrings. And from here, we're going to work on just coming into plank and then back into down dog. We're going to do that 10 times. So 1 and back up. 2 and back. 3 and back. 4 and back. 5 and back. 6 and back. 7 and back. 8 and back. 9 and back. Give me one more. 10 and back. Okay, let's drop it down. We're going to come into child's pose. If you're standing, you can use your chair just to get into a nice child's pose position. And now let's walk our hands to one corner of our mat. Get a little bit of a side bend stretch. Trying to breathe into that side that you're stretching. And now let's walk our hands to the other side. And then let's come back to center. And we're going to come into hands and knees. If you're standing, you can use your chair. We're just going to do a couple cat-cows because our core was working. We want to make sure we keep that mobility, flexibility. And from here, let's work. We're going to do our reach for the sky with our big hand. Bring it down. Let's just do 5 on each side. And reach. And back down. Reach. And back down. Reach. And back down. Reach. And back down. Let's switch sides. Reach. And back down. Reach. And back down. Reach. And back down. Reach. And back down. One more. Reach. And back down. For our next exercise, we're going to work on a bit of a hamstring stretch. So if you have a wall or a closet, I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing. Then I'll talk you through what you can do if you are in standing. So you're going to just come to a wall, working on getting your tush up as close as you can. And then we're going to work on just having our legs up on the wall. So for me, I need to get a little bit closer. And this is just a really great way to get a nice stretch in our hamstrings. The closer you are to the wall, the better the stretch is. If you're in standing, you can use your chair, holding onto your chair to do a forward fold. Or you could also do the same thing with the wall. And I'll just get up. You all don't have to get up. I just want to show for those who aren't getting down onto the floor. So you can be here to work on getting that same hamstring stretch. And from here, as you're in this position, let's work on just windshield wipering our hips. So adding in a little bit rotation can sometimes help our hamstrings to relax a little. If you have the space and it feels comfortable, you can also walk your feet out a bit apart to stretch your inner thigh. I like using the wall to help with these types of stretches because it is easier for your muscles to turn off and for them not to be so engaged when they have something that's helping support them. Let's just spend one more minute here, really stretching out our inner thighs, our hamstrings. We're giving your tush a break. It worked hard today. Okay, and when you're ready, you're going to bring your legs down. And then you can roll onto your side. And we'll return to stand. Take your time as you come up. We were down on the floor for a half hour, so want to make sure that you give your body a chance to get blood pumping back up to your brain. Wonderful. All right, from here, we're going to just finish with a couple balance exercises. I love working on standing on one leg, so we're going to finish or do our balance exercise here. If you can, you're going to bring your knee up, toe up. Keeping this tush on your standing side engaged. So I think we practiced getting that tush to turn on today. Let's float our leg down. Other side. So really engaging your tush. And drop it down. Let's do one more time on each side. Lift up. And float it down. Switch sides. And float it down. Wonderful. From here, we won't do as high of a lift. We're going to just float our foot and use our big toe to write the alphabet. So again, as you're standing on one leg, you have to really turn on your tush of that standing leg to really have good stability through your whole posture. And let's switch sides. And float your leg down. Okay, and let's just finish with a minute of walking. So we spent a good chunk of time on our stomach, so hopefully we're able to take a little bit longer of a stride. We've opened up our hips, we've engaged our glutes. So let's just take a minute just to walk, really focusing on a long step, standing tall. Don't forget to swing your arms. So helpful to keep our pelvis and our trunk moving. All right, and let's come back to center. We'll finish in sitting. Because our hips work so hard today, if you can, let's cross our leg over, really opening up, stretching our glutes. Sitting up tall, if it feels comfortable for you, you can come forward. Open up your hip even more, working on getting some nice extension through your back. Couple deep breaths here. And if this feels comfortable, we're going to add in just a nice rotation here. You can use the back of your chair to help. And bring it back to center. Bring your leg down. Switch sides. If it doesn't feel comfortable getting your leg all the way up, you can always use a stool to elevate your foot and then working on just dropping your knee out to the side. That also will get at your hip rotators. So if it feels comfortable, you can lean forward here to open up that hip even more. We just want to make sure that we're giving a nice stretch to it because your hips were working hard today. And from here, if it feels comfortable, you're going to add in a rotation. You know, focusing on some deep breathing here. And come back to center. Drop your knee and foot. Let's finish with a couple deep breaths. So we're going to breathe in. Arms float up, working on extending through our spine. Breathe out. Arms come down. Breathe in. And out. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. And out. 1 more. Breathe in. And out. All right, you've crossed the finish line for today. Woo! Great job.